What's up, everybody? Larissa Shanti here, and today we're bringing you a funky, fresh, full body stretch. I did also want to say that if you feel like you get value from these videos, a like and a subscribe is very, very, very much appreciated. It really helps this channel grow and thrive. So with that being said, let's get down to the mat. We're going to get started at the top of the mat today. So bring your feet hip width apart. Spread those toes nice and wide. Maybe lift them off the mat as you spread them. And then try to set them one toe down at a time. Giving your mat a little massage once they're all down there. Feeling your inner arches lift a bit. Then find a little softness in the knees. Feel that tailbone lengthen. Shoulder heads come up, back, and down, palms face forward, finding mountain pose. Let's close the eyes or leave them soft for a moment, just kind of tuning into the body, centering ourselves. As you inhale, see if you can feel yourself getting taller, growing like a tree. And as you exhale, see where you can soften in the body and ground through your feet. On your next inhale, blink those eyes open. Start to take the hands up over the head. Lace your fingers together. Extend the pointer finger. Get really tall here. And as you exhale, bend over to your right side. Keep anchoring through the left foot and breathing into the left side ribs. Breathing in and breathing out. On your inhale to rise. On your exhale, take it over to the right. Taking it over to the left. Anchoring your right foot down. Breathing into your right side ribs. And then inhale, rise back up. Release the hands, but keep them about shoulder width apart. As you exhale, you're going to take your left hand behind you, right arm forward till about shoulder level. Try to keep the hips turning towards the top of your mat so you're really getting that twist in the upper back. You can look back at your back thumb if it feels accessible or just wherever it feels good on your neck. On the inhale, take the hands high. On the exhale, right hand comes back, left hand forward, trying to keep the hips facing towards the front edge of your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. As you inhale, hands come back up and then float them back down. Maybe a little shoulder roll going forward and then coming back. Then bring your hands to your lower back. So the palms are right there on your sacrum, and then your fingertips are kind of slipping into the tops of your invisible pockets. You're going to start to press the hips forward and draw the shoulder blades together so you kind of lift the heart up towards the sky, coming into this really supported back bend. Chin can be to the chest. Just breathe here. Breathing in. And breathing out. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. Gently release. Then start to lace your fingers together. Really bend the knees here. Start to draw the shoulder blades together, then lengthen the arms. Then start to bend from the hips. Melting the belly over the thighs, let that head hang heavy, and then let the arms just fall over, getting a nice shoulder and chest stretch. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Gently release the fingers, bring the hands either to your mat or to your shins, And as you inhale, lengthen the legs, lengthen the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. On your exhale, hands come down to the mat, then just step it back to a downward dog. It's that first downward dog, so you can pedal out the feet a bit, bending one knee, then the other. And maybe a little yes, no with the head, getting more into the neck and shoulders. And then soften your knees down to the earth. Untuck the toes, coming into a child's pose. Let the forehead rest down on your mat or on a block if it doesn't reach. Then as you inhale, feel your backside ribs kind of expanding up towards the sky. And as you exhale, feel your heart melting down towards the earth. Maybe massage the third eye by rocking the forehead from side to side on the mat. And then inhale, coming up into a tabletop. Start to tuck your toes and drop your belly, lifting the heart, lifting the head. So we're finding our cow. Then from this cow shape, start to lift the legs up, coming into our downward dog. Let the head hang for a moment, taking the inhale. On the exhale, lower the knees again. Untuck the toes, come down to your child's pose. As you inhale, rise back up. Tuck the toes, find your cow. So drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the head. And then as you exhale, lift the legs, coming back to that downward dog. Breathing in. And breathing out, knees come down, untuck the toes, child's pose. Inhale to rise, tuck the toes, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the head. Exhale, downward dog. And now that we're a little bit warmed up, let's find a little bit of stillness in our downward dog. So press the palms into the earth like you're trying to press that mat forward. Then reaching up through the armpits, nice and strong. Sit bones turn up towards the sky. Heels reaching for the mat, but it doesn't matter if they touch. Those knees can be as bent as you like. Then on your next inhale, take your right leg up behind you. Bend the knee, open up the hip. So you're stacking that right hip on top of the left. Then try to press your right arm down into the earth to square the shoulders towards your mat. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, start to square off the shoulders. Square off the hips. Bring the knee through. Place it in between your hands. Get nice and strong here. Peace fingers, lift the heart. On your inhale, rise into your crescent pose. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward, tailbone lengthens, reaching through those fingers, getting nice and tall and strong. Then as you exhale, the hands are gonna come back down. Come back to your downward dog. Breathing in. On the exhale, knees come down, untuck the toes, child's pose. Inhale, rise tall, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the head. Exhale, downward dog. On your next inhale, left leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip. So stacking the left hip on top of the right, pressing that left arm down into your mat, squaring those shoulders. Breathing in and breathing out. On the next exhale, start to square the hips off. Knee comes to the top. Prep for crescent pose. Inhale, rise strong. Hands up overhead, pulling the left hip back. Right hip forward, tailbone lengthens, reach. And then exhale, hands come down. Come back to your downward dog. Breathing in. And breathing out as the knees come down, untuck the toes, child's pose. Inhale, rising tall. Drop the belly, lift the heart. On the exhale, lift back to your downward dog. On the next inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bring it to the top of the mat. Come up onto your peace fingers, then start to lengthen that right leg and hug the right hip back. So we're coming into like a funky pyramid. And then you can exhale, melt the heart forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale to melt. Inhale to rise. And now start to walk those hands to the left, turning your toes to the left long edge of your mat. Come up onto your peace fingers into a halfway lift, and then exhale to fold into your wide-legged forward fold. If the hands touch the earth, draw the elbows towards each other in line with the shoulders. Then shift your weight into your toes, then press into the ball of the big foot. Imagine there's a weight on the back side of your neck, dragging your spine nice and long towards the earth. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, rising tall. Heel toe the feet back towards each other, but keep them a little bit wider than hip width. Turn the toes out, heels in. Bend the knees, sinking down to our malasana. Elbows to the insides of the knees, lifting through the heart, lifting through the crown of the head. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Hands come back to the earth, lift through the hips, heel toe those feet back out to our wide-legged forward fold, but then walk the hands towards the top of the mat, turning the toes, and then coming back to our low runner's lunge. Step back to your downward dog. Take an inhale. On the exhale, lower the knees down, untuck the toes, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop as you tuck the toes, then drop the belly into your cow. On the exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bring it to the top of the mat. Then start to lengthen that left leg. Left hip hugs back, right hip hugs forward. Come up onto your peace fingers, or you can use blocks here if you need to. On the exhale, melt the heart forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, melt. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, finding softness. Inhale, lengthening. On the exhale, walk the hands to the right side, spin the toes around, finding our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, peace fingers, lift the heart, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Again, you can walk those hands in line with the feet if the hands are on the ground, but again, you're always welcome to use blocks here as well. Wherever you are, shift the weight into your toes and then press into the ball of the big toe. Imagining there's a weight on the back side of your neck, lengthening the spine down towards the earth. Breathing in and breathing out. On the inhale, come up onto the peace fingers, halfway lift. Then start to heel toe the feet back a little bit wider than hip width. Toes are out, heels are in. Then you sink the hips down, finding your malasana. Elbows on the knees, pressing hands together, trying to draw them to the heart. And that kind of helps lift you up and opens up the hips. Breathing in and breathing out. Gently release. Hands come down, lift through the hips. Heel toe the feet back, nice and wide. Then start to walk your hands over to the left foot, turning the toes forward towards the top of your mat. And then step back to your downward dog. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, lower the knees, untuck the toes, child's pose. Inhale, lifting up. Tuck the toes, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the head. Exhale, come back to your downward dog. Breathing in and breathing out. This time on your exhale, drop your knees down to the mat, but we're going to find our tabletop. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Then on your inhale, your left hand to the sky. And on the exhale, that hand comes underneath the body. Drop that shoulder down, head comes to the earth. Take a moment to get your neck settled. And then you can reach your right arm up over the head. Tent the fingertips. And start to press down into that grounded arm. So your left arm, and then try to peel the shoulder, the right shoulder up towards the sky. So you're getting a little bit more of an intense twist. Breathing in and breathing out. Start to bring that hand back down in front of the face. On your inhale, press down into the palm, left arm to the sky. Take it back down to the earth. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bringing it under, drop the shoulder, drop the head. Take a moment, get settled in your neck. Then extend that left arm over the head, tenting through the fingertips. Pressing the right arm into the earth, peeling the left shoulder up towards the sky. So you're drawing that left shoulder blade towards the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Start to bring that hand back down in front of the face. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, set it down. Sit onto your heels. Shift the weight off to one side. Bring your feet around front. Slide down your mat so you have plenty of space behind you. And then your hands are going to come underneath your knees. Roll the spine down. Bend the knees even more, drawing the heels towards the bum. Arms down by your side, palms facing down. As you inhale, press down through the feet. Lift the hips towards the sky. Coming into our bridge pose. Imagine there's a block in between your thighs and you're hugging that block. Breathing in and breathing out. On your next exhale, roll the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Then bring the right knee to your chest. Give it a little squeeze. Take that right ankle over the left knee, opening up to our figure four shape. So that right knee opens out to the side. Then take your arms wide. You can either do T-shape or cactus arms, whatever feels more accessible for your shoulders. And keeping this figure four shape with the legs, you're going to allow the legs to fall over to the left. You can look in the opposite direction of the legs if it feels good. And then just tune into the body, noticing where you're feeling the sensations the most. And then seeing if you can breathe into those sensations with a little softness, a little length. On your next inhale, head comes forward, legs come up. Right foot down to the earth, left knee to the chest, little squeeze. Bring that ankle above the right knee, open the left knee out to the side. Keeping this figure four shape, T-shape with the hands or cactus. Then as you exhale, let those legs go over to the right. You can look in the opposite direction if it feels good. And again, just scanning the body. Where are you feeling this sensation the most? Breathing into that space. energy flows where attention goes as they stay. So see if you can breathe a little bit of energy into that space with your intention and attention. On the inhale, bring the head back up and the legs. Left foot down to the earth, knee to the chest. Maybe one final inhale, bringing the forehead to the knees here. And then as you exhale, take the legs long down to the bottom of the mat. Arms come down by your side, palms facing towards the sky, getting that nice external rotation in your shoulders. Let the feet flop open or close. Feel free to do any little final movements here to make yourself feel settled. Then as you feel settled in your final pose, close the eyes or leave them soft. Let's take one final inhale. And exhale, softening, melting into our mats. Staying here for a few moments. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. And as you're ready, start to make your way back slowly. Maybe just taking an inhale and an exhale, making it nice and deep. And eventually you can wiggle those fingers and toes a little bit. Maybe roll the wrists and ankles. Bending one knee, then the other. And then just roll off onto your side, spending a moment here in the fetal position. And as you close your eyes soft, you can press yourself back up into a seated position. You're welcome to leave the hands in your lap, or if you'd like to join me, hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra, gesture of gratitude. I'd like to seal this practice with a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for the practice, and gratitude for ourselves. For being kind to our mind, to our body, and to our hearts. Thank you for your trust. Until next time, namaste.